Matthias,
Sebastian.
I am super excited.
Really?
Yes.
That doesn't happen too often.
I know.
What are you so excited about?
Well, there's a special reason.
I'm listening.
I just booked my train ticket to Düsseldorf for next week.
Ooh. What are you going to be doing in Düsseldorf next week?
Well, I guess the same thing you doing.
Really? You're coming to the boat show?
Yeah, I do.
Fantastic. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and another episode of reviewing your underwater films. And yes, Sebastian and myself, we are going to be going to the boat show next week. We'll be spending a day in Düsseldorf, meeting people, seeing old friends, talking about exciting new underwater camera gear that will be coming onto the market, checking out new destinations for future underwater videography workshops, and a whole lot of other things that we can't really talk about yet. But if you do make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch the upcoming videos, I'm sure you will be informed about everything that happens throughout the boat show in Düsseldorf.
Yes.
Right.
And talking about equipment.
Yes.
I am pretty sure you can tell me some pretty exciting stuff about that one.
I can, yeah. This is one of the new colors that Divefork has just brought out. They've actually just released last week their new colors for their very popular C-Touch 4 Max underwater smartphone housing. This, by the way, is the second color. So we've got a oceanic blue and a white color in addition to the already existing black color. Divefork, as it happens, is also the sponsor of today's video. So thank you very much, Divefork, for sponsoring this video. And instead of me telling you more about the Divefork C-Touch 4 Max, let's just watch the little promo clip that I made for the introduction of the new colored housings. So if you don't have a Divefork C-Touch 4 Max to use with your smartphone underwater, now with the new colors might be a good time to grab one and set the tone for your underwater adventures that way. As always, Divefork is also offering a 6% extra discount to all of our viewers if you use the link down in the video description below, or you can also use the coupon code Matthias Lebo at checkout to apply that discount to your entire next order. Thank you very much, Divefork, for sponsoring this video and offering this great discount to our viewership. Right. Oh yeah, we're here to talk about a video, right?
That is right, yeah.
That is right. So do you want to tell us, Sebastian, whose video we'll be watching today?
Of course, pleasure. Today's video is from Sehran. Sehran is from Malaysia, or he was diving in Malaysia, actually. He was using a GoPro Hero 9 with some video lights and no red filter. And yeah, let's
That's all
dive
we
right
know?
in it. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So let's see what Sehran has put together for us, and let's start his video. right. Thank you very much, Sehran, for your submission and for allowing us to watch and review this video here. What do you say?
Well, first of all, I have to correct my words from the beginning, because I said he was using video lights, and I checked in his email again, and he was not using a red filter and was not using any video lights.
All right.
So I just misread that in the email. But yeah, talking about the video, yeah, pretty nice piece he put together there. Some cool shots, some very consistent colors, nice color grading.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there are some, like, sometimes the saturation does a little differ from the others. There's some minor corrections necessary, I guess. Some exposure stuff, which is a little bit overexposed, but like overall, it's a very consistent look. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I totally agree to what you said. I also think that the cinema bars that he included, they really, like most of the time, really, these cinema bars make the piece appear more cinematic, more dynamic. It just gives it a certain feel, and I really enjoy that. So good choice on going for those cinema bars. Also, I really enjoyed the type of music that you picked, Sarah, and I really think it's a well-suited piece of music for the content, for the imagery that we saw. And I was happy to hear that you've put some work into like a basic sound design. I don't think that it was put together like with separate sort of audio clips, but I think it was like one audio file that was just put in there with the breathing, the underwater breathing, that gave the whole thing a bit of an extra atmosphere, and played very well into the entire piece. I really enjoyed that too.
Yeah, I think I wrote down the powerful entry into the video.
Yeah,
because like with the sound design you made and the music you chosen and the visual, of course, it made a very powerful entry.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's exciting. What's happening?
Yeah.
It's cool, huh?
Yeah, agreed. What are things that Sehran might need to work on?
Well, as I said before, if you want to be consistent with the colors and all this stuff, just one extra round, go over the color correction, check the exposure, check that the saturation is the same in every clip.
Yeah.
I think it's a minor improvement, but it's gives them a uniform look, the whole clip. Yeah.
Sure. Quick question: when we talk about adjusting or matching saturation and contrast and all that sort of stuff from one clip to another, how do you? Because this might also help our viewers. How do you make sure that you get very similar saturation, contrast, exposure on all of the clips that you put into a sequence?
Well, that's a tricky question. Well, there's like, if you don't have like a special program, like DaVinci has a special part, I will talk about it in a second. But like if I'm using Final Cut or Adobe, I just go in the middle of the two clips and just jump one frame to the new clip and one frame back to the old clip, just to get a quick reference.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of tools, like you can make half of it, something like that, split it. That's other options.
But my question was more into the direction, do you just, use your eyes to judge exposure, contrast and saturation, or do you use like the curves and the exposure tools that are within the editing software to help you determine where you are and to match one clip to another?
I do use the tools.
Yeah.
I use like the waveform and the vector scope for judging if the saturation is within limits, if the exposure is correct, if I'm not getting any peaks in any color or something. I use more of that.
Okay.
In for a specific clip.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I do the same. So I just wanted to, put that out there so that sometimes I find it really difficult sometimes to just use my eyes and rely on my eyes to to judge the exposure, the contrast, and the saturation between two different clips. I always use the integrated tools in the software. And if that's something that you guys would like to learn about, then let us know down in the comment section below. And if there is a big enough interest, I might come up with a little tutorial on how to match different clips in terms of contrast, saturation, and exposure, so that you can get those clips closer to one another.
But answering your question,
Please.
which you didn't ask me, is about. I just want to end it because I said I will talk about it. In
Yeah.
DaVinci, I love DaVinci, and there's this one part on the color page where you can easily get an overview of all the clips used in your timeline, and then you can maximize the size of the thumbnails or get everything on one page, and you can quickly judge if there's one clip getting out of the order, too saturated, too exposed, too blue, too green, whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to see if I have a consistent look.
I
So
see.
I think I'm not sure if that is possible with Final Cut, not as
No,
far as
I
know.
don't think so.
And Adobe, I'm pretty sure it's not. So it's pretty really cool.
So you have
tool.
thumbnails of each of the clips basically, and then you can just, at one glance, you can see if there's one clip that is out of the ordinary.
Yeah. It's just like you decide on the size of it, depending on how many clips you are or how close you want to go to somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you see them and have a look and judge it.
Nice.
That's
That's a
pretty
nice
cool,
feature. That's a nice feature.
So I know it was not your question, but
That's all right. But I see your intention. You're still trying to get me over to DaVinci, which is not going to happen. Not going to happen in any near future, I guess. I'm just a Final Cut boy, and I think I'll stay that way forever.
that's okay.
That's okay. Right. Different people need different tools.
Yeah.
What about storyline?
Well, I think there wasn't a story in telling a story terms. Well, you got a kind of intro with a title at the beginning and everything rising up. We get kind of an ending, like with the diver on looking to the surface.
Yeah.
But for me personally, talking about the ending, it was like too abrupt.
Yeah. I agree.
So it's like there were kind of like efforts of the story. I think you could work a little bit more on that. Just improve some parts of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's two more things that I would like to mention on the improvement side. One of them is stability. I think Sehran, that you can work a little bit more on achieving more stable shots. And I mean, I don't want to say your shots weren't stable, but they could be improved a little bit. Whether that is, I don't know. We know that you filmed with a GoPro, but I don't know whether you're using a tray or anything for the GoPro. If you're not, then I highly suggest you try that and get yourself a tray and see how that influences the stability of your GoPro. It was a GoPro...
It was a 9, Hero 9. Yeah.
A Hero 9, yeah. So it's not the latest in-body stabilization that model uses, but it's still not a bad stabilization that GoPro has. But adding a tray and using both hands to hold on to that is just going to make it a little easier for you, I think, to get stable footage to start off with, and then maybe tweak it a little bit in post-production with post-image stabilization. Whichever program you're using, most programs will have one way or another to stabilize your footage.
He was using DaVinci.
So you have probably, well, in the words of my friend here, you have the best tool to stabilize your footage.
I'm not saying that, but you have the tools. Yeah,
you have the tools. You have the tools, definitely. So that's one thing, and the other thing is the. I don't really want to call it composition, but it has to do with composing your images. And I really love that you have integrated divers into your film, but oftentimes these divers were shown from the back, seeing the fins and the backside, the tanks of the divers, rather than the front part as they're approaching you and coming to you. And I think that by trying to have more divers head on, record them head on, it's just going to be a little more open. And I think that would help your film as well in that sense. Also, the turtle that we saw, we had some fish schools where we just saw the tails. It's usually better, if you can, to film animals and divers head on rather than trying to chase after the tails and get a sort of a tail view or a tank view of a diver that way. I know it's not always possible, and sometimes a sideways or a tail shot is better than no shot at all. But especially with a school of fish where you normally get a second chance to swim around and get another shot, I would try to aim for that shot and include that one into the film rather than just going for a average shot. Try to get that head-on shot. I think that's also going to be helping you in turning this into a little more of a story. As Sebastian said, there is a bit of a story. I don't really think there is a need for a larger story in this sense, because you're basically just showing some dive sites. And I mean, for that, I think it's quite okay with sort of an entry into the dive site and then the ending where the diver comes back up to the surface, especially with the divers that we see in between your shots. It kind of takes us through your dive with seeing those divers, but try to have a few more shots of the divers head on. That's all that I've got written down. Do you have anything else that you would like to add?
No.
Nope. Okay. Well, then I will sum up for Sehran. Thank you so much, Sehran, again for your submission and for letting us review the video here. We did really enjoy the consistent color grade that you've offered us in this film here, and we've also enjoyed the choice of music and the effort that you put into the sound design with the breathing noises that we can hear throughout the entire piece. I think that really rounds it up quite nicely. Things that we think you could work on is the composition in terms of being a little more deliberate as to filming your objects head on, so you're not ending up with tails and fins and tanks, and also the stability, whether that is by adding a tray to get more stable initial footage, or to put a little bit of effort into post correcting the stability of your footage in DaVinci Resolve, as we've learned, which has all the tools to do so. So why not use those tools to make your footage even smoother and better looking that way?
Very well said.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, glad I was able to please you. Yeah, so that's all that we've got for you today. I hope that it was not just useful for you, Sehran, this video, but also for everyone else out there, and that all of you guys could take something from this video for your future underwater film productions and your videos and stuff that you create with your underwater footage. I've talked enough. I'll pass it on to you and you can...
Oh, wow. I can only... I just want to say the F word. I couldn't say it up. Yeah, I will try to. So thank you guys for watching today. If you want to check out Sehran's video, Matthias will link he will put the link to his video in the description below.
And the channel.
And the channel. I see, I'm working.
Yeah, we're training. We're training.
And go over to his YouTube channel and have a look at other videos he has on his channel. Leave a like. Leave a comment, and if you're already in the mood of putting this or hitting this like button and what is it, a heart and a notification bell and all that stuff,
I don't know,
give a heart on our channel.
Yeah, do
click this notification bell to get notified. What a word, for every Thursday and Tuesday video, which is coming out every week. And if you guys want us to review one of your videos, then please write us an email to contact@matthiaslebo.com. Put the link to your video in the email and a little description, like Sehran did, what kind of camera you used, if you're using red filters, lights, the dive side and all that stuff. Stuff which is interesting for the audience and for us when showing and reviewing your video. Right now, I think we don't have that much wait time.
No, the wait time has decreased quite a bit, so we're now down to about 2 to 3 months. So if you have a video that you would like us to review, you can submit it right now and we'll be able to watch it within the next 2 to 3 months and publish it here on the channel. So thank you very much for all of your submissions here already. That's about it. You got anything else?
Nope.
Excellent. So thank you so much, guys, for your time and for watching. Have a fantastic week. Keep capturing all those amazing underwater adventures of yours, and we will see you back here at the channel next Thursday, same place, same time. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.